Hi everyone, I'm back in Singapore after a 2 week trip to England for the Urban Sketchers Symposium that happened in Manchester. And after the symposium, I went on a road trip with my friends to various places in England like York, Bath, Cheltenham and London. And now I'm back, so the trip was really very tiring but fun. I made a lot of videos. I hope you guys have enjoyed those videos. I did not have time to answer all the comments, but I have read through every single one of them. Anyway, today I'm going to show you some of the sketches that I have made during the trip. So let's take a look at all the sketches. These are the two sketchbooks that I brought along. They are customized sketchbook with Arches hot press paper. One is an empty sketchbook and the other one is half filled with some sketches from my earlier Bali trip. On hindsight, I should have brought along two empty sketchbooks because I made more sketches than I expected. So for a 2 week trip, I should have brought along two empty sketchbooks like this. I also brought along a lot of technical pens. I brought along the Zig Mangaka, 3 different sizes, the Copic Multiliner SP and the Rotring Tiki Graphic. For this particular trip, I wanted to bring along technical pens because I want to review them after the trip. And after I came back, I realized that I have already reviewed the Rotring Tiki Graphic. So anyway, these Rotring Tiki Graphic technical pens, they are the better technical pens among these pens here. Zig Mangaka is also quite good. Multiliner SP from Copic. This is my least favorite pen because the felt tip wears out really very fast. And this is the white gel pen, which I did not use a lot. So these are the technical pens that I brought along, and along the way I also bought some extra pens. I bought this set of Faber-Castell Pit Artist pens because there is this brush pen. It includes a brush pen. Now that I know it, the brush pen is really convenient for shading. So in my future trips, I'll definitely bring along a brush pen because while I was on the trip, I was given this sketchbook. This is the Stillman and Burn Alpha Series paperback sketchbook. So now Stillman and Burn, they have hardcover and paperback. This particular sketchbook is very convenient because of the size. This is very small. I keep this in my pocket all the time. And whenever I wanted to draw a sketch that doesn't require too much time, this is the sketchbook that I use. So I can do very quick sketches, very quick line art. And if I had brought along a brush pen, I could have easily shaded the dark areas with the brush pen rather than cross hatch, because cross hatching takes a lot of time. So most of these are just line art. It's a really convenient sketchbook to bring along, very nice. Alright, let's take a look at some of the sketches that I have drawn. So I want to show you the sketches that I drew in Manchester first during the symposium. So this is the first sketch drawn at Portland Street and Oxford Road Cross Junction. I met my friend Eve while walking on the road, so we went into this cafe at the road junction, sat inside the cafe to draw this. It's really quite comfortable to draw from inside the cafe. I use Mission Gold watercolors and a mixture of Daniel Smith watercolor and some Winsor Newton colors in this particular set. I did not use a lot of colors during my trip. This is a sketch from Lloyd Street, Princess Street. I think just behind this building, or maybe this building, is the Manchester City Town Hall. This is the Midland Hotel on the left, and this is the Manchester Library on the right side. This is a sketch at Bridgewater Canal. For the sky, I use ultramarine and burnt sienna. I do not like this sketch because there is this building here which is actually very beautiful, but I did not actually capture the essence of the building. I mean, from a glance I cannot see the building very clearly, but when I'm actually on location I can see it very clearly, so I did not capture the essence quite well. This is the town hall from another location, another side of the town hall. It's a very complicated sketch because the town hall is very detailed. All the architecture in Manchester is very, very detailed, and a lot of things are happening in this scene. There is this food carnival in front of the town hall, so there are a lot of people sitting on the tables and benches eating their food. And I remember distinctively that it was getting very dark. This was drawn after the opening night's reception, and it was getting really cold, so I have to make this sketch very quickly and get back to the hotel. This is a building that is outside the Manchester School of Art. It's actually much more detailed than what my sketch suggests, because I was drawing this in the morning. I had only half an hour to do the sketch and color, so I drew it very quickly without much detail and went to the meeting point. This is Albert Square, where one of the workshops was happening, and this is Oxford Road. And there's this clock tower here right behind, which is really beautiful. I wish I could have drawn it larger, or maybe went closer to capture it in closer detail. This is a sketch from the 6th floor of Manchester School of Art. So the weather in Manchester is not very good. Oftentimes it drizzles in the morning and sometimes in the afternoon as well. So usually when I'm sketching out in the morning, I also make some videos in the morning. Now in the afternoon, I would take a rest and just stay inside the School of Art. So in this case here, this is the sketch that I was sketching on level 6. It took me quite well because as you can see, there are a lot of things that I saw, a lot of buildings. This is Castlefield, under one of the bridges. I love drawing under these bridges because there are so many dynamic lines. All these lines pointing towards some focal point in the distance, so you can see all the lines going into the distance. I think they make for very good sketches, and also it's quite challenging to draw all the details of the beneath the bridges. And there are some people here. This is actually Shari's workshop, watercolor workshop, and they were having a difficult time because it was drizzling. I actually colored this sketch back at the School of Art, so I did the line art on location, and it started to drizzle, so I took a photo and went back to the School of Art to finish the coloring there. This is John Ryland's library, and this is Exchange Square. I did not color this because I was rushing off to another place. Here's another sketch at Castlefield from a different location. So this is the same bridge as, I think, this bridge, if I'm not wrong. I think I mixed the colors a bit too much, that's why it became a bit muddy, a bit brownish. The texture here is created by ultramarine and burnt sienna. And for the clouds, I think this is cerulean blue chromium. Alright, and this is no longer in Manchester, this is in Bath. This is Bath Abbey, and this is the Roman Baths Museum on the right side, and there are some baskets in front. There should be some benches here, but I did not draw in the benches because they were blocking this building here, so I removed that. If you were taking a photograph, well, the benches will be in, but if you are drawing, well, you can leave them out, and that is the good thing about drawing, because you can leave things out if you don't want them to be inside. This is inside the Roman Baths Museum. I'm on the second floor drawing. There are a lot of interesting statues, and the bath area is actually beneath. And you can see that this sketch was drawn without a lot of details because it was quite late in the evening. I wanted to do a very quick sketch and go down onto the lower level to draw some more. And let me show you the sketch that I did in the lower level. Yep, this is the sketch that I drew in the lower level. So this thing here is actually this part here. This is Platony Bridge in Bath also. And this is in London. This is the Switch House beside the Tate Museum. This is St. Paul's Cathedral. When I was drawing this, I probably did not plan this sketch very well because this cathedral is right in the middle, right in where the gutter is, so not a very good choice. Also, I forgot to leave enough space for the dome, so you don't see actually there's a bit more to the dome there. But in this composition, at least you can see more of the building because the dome was cropped off. So I guess that's the nice thing about this composition. This was drawn at Trafalgar Square. This was drawn with pencil and then I overlaid with watercolor. For the sky, I wet the paper first, so I used wet on wet before I applied ultramarine, burnt sienna, and I think a little bit of cerulean blue chromium. The effect of pencil with watercolor, I think, is nicer compared to watercolor with pen because the pencil is a bit softer. It doesn't contrast that much, so it lets the watercolor be the highlight. As compared to pen and ink, with watercolor you can see the pen lines, the dark lines easily. So the contrast for the dark lines is clearer versus the contrast for the pencil, which is not as strong. I like the effect of pencil and watercolor. I think this is something that I will be trying. I'll be using in the future more often. This is another sketch with pencil and watercolor. This was drawn in Trafalgar Square also. I like this sketch because when I was drawing this, I feel like I have all the time in the world, because I did have all the time in the world. I spent probably about 1.5 hours to do the line art and then another hour to add in watercolors. And this is not a very complicated sketch per se because most of the colors are added in big shapes. Like this is one big shape here, this is one big shape, and this is one big shape. And here you can see the ultramarine, the burnt sienna, and the cerulean blue here. Since this is pencil, I will need to spray some fixative over the artwork to protect it. If not, the pencil lines, I'm very sure they are going to smear if you rub your fingers over it. And this is the last sketch that I drew in London. This was drawn at Trafalgar Square. So at Trafalgar Square, there is this big area here where there is usually one main basker who is performing some sort of who is basking, and there will be a lot of people watching the person. So I was drawing basically the backdrop and the people who are watching him. This was also drawn with pencil and watercolor. I like the effect of pencil. Oh, there's one last sketch from London. This is Westminster Cathedral. Very complicated building to draw because there are a lot of horizontal colored lines. They are actually colored bricks, so they go across the buildings. And this is just a very rough sketch of the building. The building is much more complicated. So for this sketch, I probably took about 1.5 hours. If I were to make an accurate sketch, I'm pretty sure I need a much bigger piece of paper, and also I can see myself spending 3, 4, 5, 6 hours to draw that building because it's so complicated. But since I only have this size here, I just do a quick sketch, just an impression of the building. I think that is enough for me. So this is the sketchbook of Manchester and London sketches. As this video is getting a bit too long, I'm going to show you the rest of my sketches from other sketchbook tomorrow. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comment section below. I will answer them. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, do so for more sketching tips, tutorials, art product reviews. Thanks for watching. See you again. Bye.